Hi, my name is Rafe Fiennes.
Hi, my name is Edward Berger, and I'm the director of the film Conclave.
A film based off a famous novel, you know, you're always going to have somebody that's going to critique it like, oh, it's not the same. But you throw religion into it, it's a whole nother mix. Can you describe that challenge going into it, or is it something that you're just making it your own?
I think, there is a novel and there's a movie, and they're two different things. I was never of the type, and I don't really mind what other people say, so I was never of the type where I compare the film to the book. It's a different medium, and it's a different art form, and I love reading books, and I love seeing the adaptation of the book that might be very different. But what is important to me is that the core of the story, what the book is about, that is the same thing, that I try to capture the core of the book. And in this case, also, the book is very well written, and it is very cinematic. So it is a great blueprint for a film.
No sane man would want the papacy.
The men who are dangerous are the ones who do want it.
In the novel, he's Italian, but when Edward asked me to play it, I thought, well, I'm never going to be Italian, so we made him English. Which is plausible, but possibly unlikely. But I've met 2 English cardinals during the making of the film. So it is plausible you could have there are English cardinals, but the people in power tend to be Italian. Or in this now, the present Pope, South American. It was a complex part. I like parts that offer a chance to inhabit a strong interior life. And it had that in bucket loads. I also loved Edward's film All Quiet on the Western Front. I was blown away by it, and very quickly I felt I was in the hands of someone who, like me, wants to get it right. But also I loved Edward's alertness on the day what's great about working with Edward is his sort of elasticity of approach. He's incredibly well prepared, but if he sees another angle or wants to adjust something, he does it. The shooting day is alive with the creative choices being made. So you never feel pigeonholed into something preconceived, nor do you feel that someone's just flying loosely and inventing sort of spontaneously without any there's huge preparation on the back of which Edward is inventive and makes creative choices on the day. When as actors you feel that, when you're in the hands of someone, and also he cares hugely about performance. And there's this lovely thing where a director allows you to explore, because I've been on sets where directors they quite quickly want to move on, and you, the actor, know you've got a bit more juice.
How has this been kept a secret for so long?
We'll never find a candidate who doesn't have any kind of black mark against them.
And Edward has the generosity or the courage or the instinct to let that juice have its moment. And I think it was, and we had a happy company.
It's just selfish. It's going to make the film better. So it's not for you. It's for me.
Well, look, we've all got a bit of selfishness, but in the end, no, it's not quite. You're doing yourself a disfavor because you're incredibly generous and supportive.
And in the trailer, we see the famous line mention of war.
This is a conclave, Aldo. It's not a war.
It is a war. And you have to commit to a side.
There's so many things thoughts and beliefs. What do you want people to take away from this film? Because it's not just religion, it's so much more than that.
I have a really hard time talking about what I want people to take away, because everyone has to decide for themselves. Go watch the movie, draw your own conclusions, and take away what you want. What I would say maybe is, it's a very rigid organization. It's a very archaic organization. I think Rafe's character goes through it and comes out of it, maybe richer, having learned something and having, sort of the burden of doubt about his organization and his faith having been lifted, at least for a moment, from his shoulders, and thinking, oh, maybe there's a truth in this, and maybe I am in the right place. And it's he's for a short moment he's found a home in a way in this place, you know. And
It seems the responsibility for the conclave falls upon you.
The supervision of the selection. This is a duty I never thought I'd have to perform.
If you commit to making a film, you've got to believe in it. I mean, you have a feeling, I want to be part of this for a number of reasons, the role, the writer, the director, the other actors, and then you have to believe. I mean, usually the process is you meet the director if you don't know them already, and you want to feel where they're coming from, what their vibe is. But belief is belief in that you're going to make something that people want to see. That's got. Why does anyone want to make a film? The filming is a sort of dreaming, isn't it? You want to make a dream become a palpable cinematic experience, and believing in it it's what we have to have a kind of faith in the things we're making. Sometimes we prove wrong, and the current doesn't take them. But this is a film about. There are themes about, you know. I think our moral centre, that their religious faiths exist, don't they? We look to them to help guide us in the chaos of life. The Catholic Church is one of a number of powerful religions in the world, and I think immediately people lean into any film that deals with these organisations where we look for hope. Often they're full of corruption and they fall off their perch of sort of the moral high ground, but we look to them. I think it's a bit like Edward's saying, like a political thriller. Who's going to get the gig? Who in the story about an American election? Who's going to get the gig? It's the same with this. Who is going to win? Are they worthy of it? What do we think of them? And what's all the complications in getting there?
If there was only certainty and no doubt, there would be no mystery. And therefore no need for faith.